Ntino, baby I bedroom ni. Yabo yen tray ni nyina. Anase omo yen so hwe ni nyina yabo mu din. Ana yabo omo marks no so anase de omo twa yen no so ahye omo animu. Nti ya fa bi ti say Donald Trump. Maths utwa 98, English utwa 54, C# utwa 54, ICT 98, and graphic design so utwa 98. Sana ya no nti uhwe din na wo na edin bebre ni ya type. My skip for our party said the bear time no yen spend the time bebre. Okay. Nti ya be total omo scores no. Yenim say the shas ya lesson e di kan no. Senka ye school mu exams a kanu answer e bia e pese e kan bom a ye babo first one no 78 78 ni anka ya plus 90 ni about next one plus 78 be no be ni anka ya sa plus 80 nanka area plus 98 ni about equal to nanka ya calculating a try answer na show. But Excel nya adwuma sa eno ntino o say ya babo numbers no e show. The 78 plus 90 plus 78 plus 80 plus 80 plus 80 plus 98. Yabo enter nanka yenya yen answer no nti yakani nyina abom no kananado utwa 428 out of total score na yawo aha no yefan say sana ke nyai na so ya say hu say Excel yemmo formulas no anase yenye calculation say what we call cell reference. You do cell reference, so you use the name of the cell to do your calculation, not the actual value in the cell. So I'm going to clean it and do it the best way or the proper way. And this is a proof of that the numbers that I typed were not referring to this 78. So I had a total of 428. If these were the numbers, I had a total of 428. Now, if any of them should change, that means that it is going to affect the total. So I'll change this one to 100. But you see, the total did not change. The total is still the same thing. That means that the numbers that I placed over here, 78, 90, 78, 90, and 98 put together were not referring to these numbers. They were not referring to them. They are separate numbers. So remember I said you have to call or use the cell reference. So let's do it the best way. Okay. I'm just select and press delete. This is the best way. Do equal to, then you select the name of the cell plus the next one plus the next one plus the next one, which is F3, then plus G3, then we press enter. You see we still have 424 and 424. Now this total is referring to the numbers over here. So when I change any of the numbers, the total will also change. So let me type in 100 and see what will happen. You see that the total has changed. That's because the total here is referring to the numbers here. Total na ya kan bomu ha no, I refer to numbers na e wa say no. Nti anytime bia numbers ni mo be change bia no, total no so be den e be change. But first one am here na dey. Na numbers no and refer to and yes our numbers we want 7 na SL can. even though the numbers are the same. Okay, so I'll change it back to 78 and you see that the total will change. Okay, yɛmfa ne sɛ list na wɔ ha no tententen, maybe 25 records, ɛna mebɛbɔ no nyinaa baako. C3 plus D3 plus E3 plus G3 plus no, ɛba saa nso a ɛno nso bɛyɛ tententen dodo. So ɛba saa bɛyɛ tententen. ɛno nti Excel sɛ wopɛ sɛ woyɛ calculation anaasɛ wopɛ sɛ woyɛ calculation bi sɛ we call something the range formula anaasɛ the sum formula. You just put the equal to sign like this, then you type sum. Okay, then you open brackets like this. You see that it is giving us this sign here that we want to sum some numbers together. So what are the numbers? You want to sum from C3, then you bring the range sign, or which is the column, right? The column is seen above 2 keys before the enter key on the keyboard. So let me show you the on-screen keyboard where you get the column or the sign which will give you the range. So that is it, this sign. You have to add shift to it. So you hold shift and you tap on this key and it will give you the column which will represent the range. Okay, all right, so we are summing the range of numbers from C3 all the way up to G3. So I've selected C3 and selected C3 with the C shift, so now I press it G3 and so it means I'm selecting in that range. So now I have to close the formula. When I press enter, I'll get the answer 424. It's very simple. Difference and numbers in be to us and answer me ball range, I then show. Let's quickly try another one. I can sum all the numbers from here up to the last person. I can use the range formula to calculate all these things. So how do I do that? I just have to go there and do equal to, then I'll type sum. Okay, then open the bracket and then it is C3. Okay, then I'll type in the range or the column. So I'm adding from C3 all the way up to J37. So J37, I can type it there, J37. Doing the selecting all the cells within that range has been selected. So I'll close it. I'll close the bracket and I'll press enter and I'll have the total for all the numbers within that range. Okay, all right, that's just by the way. Let's move on to another simpler way of doing this thing or doing the sum formula. Okay, now I have all the numbers there. Instead of typing, what I can do is that I can select one of the cells like this. Then look at the sign very well, the plus sign, the one with the white in it. You drag all the way up to here, or you click on it, then you come and click the last cell over here, H3. Then you go to the formatting toolbar here, you have sum there. When I click on sum, you see that I have all the numbers there. So that is a very simple way of working out or summing a range of numbers together. And as you can see, I have on the formula bar the range of numbers that are put together in H3. Okay, now somebody will ask, do I have to do the same thing for all of the students? No, you don't have to do that. Any can say or type the same thing. Students ni nyina afi na obeye equal to sum from C4 ekosi J4 na wabo enter saa na dabi ana say afi na obebo C4 na wa mia shift na wa click na wa bebo sum baako saa na dabi yenya ne saa we ne saa obre obesa emre se nipa na wo ye omho adwuma no edoso an esa abebre do nti emfa nti bia wo kire nkura be 500 ade na wo ye omo records se de maye ya omo exams records se de maye ya we ne saa abebre nti Excel say when you do the first formula, you see we have the auto sum here. We did this in our first lesson, so we just double click like this, and it will calculate for the rest of the students for you. So as you can see from here, I've typed in a lot of names. And I have their score there. I've typed in a lot of names and I have their scores there. And that is how we do sum, or that is how we add a range of numbers in Excel. Now, let's come here and do our next formula or our next function or feature of Excel. I'm going to put the names here together, first name and last name. So I'll insert a new column and I'll give it a name as full name. That means all the names being put together. And with this, I'll use the concatenate function. This is where we are going to do the first concatenate function. So I have the concatenate function. Concatenate. Okay, the concatenate, which means bring together or bring closer. So to do that, we do equal to, then you spell the word concatenate. Okay, you spell the word concatenate. Then you bring your bracket. Where do I want to concatenate? I want to concatenate A3 and B3. A3 and B3. Now I'm done. When I press enter, I think there's something wrong somewhere. Let me use the correct formula. Concatenate B3. Concatenate. Okay, I spelled it wrongly. Alright, so you can see I got the wrong spellings. Instead of concatenate, I ignored the A here and I got it wrong. So you see that the software has put Nana Akufu added together. But you see the names has been merged as one. So what we have to do is that we need to check the formula very well. What you do is you need to bring in double quotation mark like this. Double quotation mark, and you separate it with space so that it will separate it for you. Until you concatenate first formula no, concatenate. Start ben no. Overbo equal to. Now spell it concatenate, which means and as a children say fa ben ho and as a cambum. Just spell concatenate. Now I'll be a bracket. Where's an answer in Trayano? A moody here now, person or cambo one answer or concatenate. You want to concatenate A4. Okay, A4 or the content in A4. Nemana or A4 mono. Any nemana will B4 mono. Now you say first one no a combo nti ye be we ni ye comma ebedi nkan ba. That means software no better as a real first part. So be ya space ba be dan change no. Yeah, the quotation mark baba. Double quotation mark. Yeah, the double quotation mark baba. Double quotation mark. Quotation mark sign also. You have a quotation mark and enter no. Key answer na wako enter no. So no, this is the quotation mark. But you have to hold shift. That's the second function. You have to hold shift before you get the quotation mark. The first quotation mark and then space. Then you bring the next quotation mark, then comma. Now the comma back. Now about next one, which is B4. Because nimi you know person you can't boom. The ya concatenate ya can't higher than abum. John Ramani plus Mahama. Concatenate nimi you know higher than our. So let me change the name to concatenate. Full name and then concatenate. That is concatenate. Okay, do I have to type everything or use the same formula every time I want to concatenate? No. You won't say your auto sum and as auto addition, no. How I say, me the case I never took on a me double click here. A bed I can in a So Excel is a very powerful tool for calculating and doing something of this nature. That is from Microsoft Excel. Okay, now for all the formulas, if you want to continue or if you want to make it very easy for you, all that you have to do is to hold the auto sum handler like this and drag up to where you want to do the other formulas. So now what will happen is that when I type in a name here, it's supposed to be put together here because I selected that area. So I apply formula and then so I'll type the name of another name there. Let's see. Let me type there Michael Elliott. Then I have another name like Kwabena Dakon Ochre. By the way, Michael Elliott Kwabena Dakon Ochre is a musician in Ghana, popularly known as Obrafo, a very good musician who has always been giving good content. I really like Obrafo's music. Very good content since childhood. I've always known Obrafo for that. Educative, always talking about issues that needs to be addressed. That's the music I'm playing in my background recording. Okay, so Obrafo, thank you very much. All right, I can have another name like Charles Kwajo Fusu. Yes, Charles Kwajo Fusu is also a popular musician in Ghana, known as Daddy Lumba. Okay, so as you can see, we are looking at the concatenate formula, and because I have selected this range of cells and I applied the concatenate formulas to it, each time I type a name there, it will be put together by the software itself. I don't have to come and type in the formula. This applies to any other formula. Formula be our person obo biano. And one say we'll drag it we'll auto sound as auto handler na over the rest and a baby be at the amount. Alright. I'll do a sample one with the numbers, but before let me add another name. I have a name like Martin King Arthur. Okay, so the two names be put together because we have applied the concatenate formula here already. Martin Ken Arthur. Martin Ken Arthur is a very young musician in Ghana, popularly known as Kofi Kenata. A very decent musician with good content. I really like Kofi Kenata's songs. Keep it up, boy. Okay, so now I'll move on to what we just did, where I'm talking about the auto sum. So quickly, when I apply the formula here and I type in numbers here, you see that the calculation is ongoing over there. As you can see, it is applying because I've already asked Excel to put all the numbers here together in those cells. Okay, so we've tried our hands on concatenate by putting two names together in one cell. So now we have first name, last name, and then concatenate. So where can we apply this? If you are picking the names of maybe employees or your students, they write their first name, they write their last name, and then you use the formula or the program to put the two names together in one cell, which will be their full name. Okay, so all of them has been put together. I did not type them by myself. I just did the first one, and then I used the inbuilt formula, which is the auto sum or the auto handler, to do the rest. Okay, that is concatenate. This can also be applied on the numbers, so you can try that out. For the sake of time, I'll move on to the if statements. If statement. So if statement. Alright. So the if statement or the if condition is very simple. Very simple. What it means is that you write a condition and then you ask the computer, or the computer will assess the condition and see if a certain condition is true, what should happen. So for example, after the exams, if you score 90 all the way up to 100, you have something like excellent. If you score 80 to 89, you have something like very good. That is the statement. If that statement is not true, what should happen? Okay, so that is if statement for you. Nti oma betumi aka say akwasi se uko school na ebi exams kutwa 100 a meto ebi iPhone amount and meto car amount. It means exams na kutwa 100 na pepepe, you qualify for the phone or the car. But if you don't get the 100 and get below the 100, mommy will say, oh, okay, I'll only prepare jollof rice for you. Okay, that's the condition. So how do you write that? To write an if statement in Excel, obviously you need to bring your quotation mark to tell the system that it is a formula. So you say equal to, please let's pay attention here. You say equal to, then if, then you bring brackets. What are we assessing? We are checking to see if the value here is greater than or is equal to a certain number, then we should do something. So if, let's say, I3 is greater than or equal to 400, you say comma, what should we do? Let's write excellent for the person. The exams in the total marks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 500. Total marks 500. It is a obitra 400 equals 500 as our range na yentre excellent and then ensure emma nipa no. So nipa na ntwa saa and as ultra below 500 na and as 400 na yentre sign na emma no maybe fail. This is just example, so please don't be worried. You move on to a more complex one. So we are done with our if statement. And what is the statement? What is the statement? Let's quickly check from there and see what the statement is about. This is the statement. If it's a constant number, if near a constant, then the condition I3, if I3 here is greater than or equal to 400, let's write excellent for the person. If not, write failed. Simple. Sana intiaseni na ayeden etie. There were more complex ones until with time no yebeye eno nso. Nti say the number na ehye cell I3 mu no. Okay, number na ehye cell I3 mu no. Say greater than 400 and I say equal to 400, yeah, enter excellent. And this I enter failed. Okay, as simple as that. So when you press enter, you get excellent. That is because the number or the value inside I3 here is equal to or it is greater than 400. So the first condition here is being taken. That's the first condition. Now let's drag over, or let's use the auto sum. Double click like this and see what will happen. Okay, so you see we have failed, excellent, failed, excellent, failed, excellent, failed, excellent for almost all the records. That's because we have given the formula to all the range of cells in the I column. So whoever that will get above 400 or from 400 will get excellent. Whoever that will get below 400 is going to get failed. Please, this is just for exams or for academic purposes. Don't be intimidated or be worried about somebody getting failed or somebody getting excellent. It's just for academic purposes. Okay. All right. So that is a very basic formula that we can have. Let's try another if statement and then we move on to the last one. Conditional formatting. Okay. So if statement 2. In this if statement, we are going to check to see if a certain condition is true, then we add a certain number to it. If it is not true, we subtract. So we are checking to see if the number here is above 500, we should subtract something from it. If it is below 500, then we should add. Okay. You know, so if your teacher need a mistake, about numbers in be. I'm an abro 500 na total and so yanti bibi enya den from yanti number and so enya below 500. So equal to, if then you bring your quotation mark. Excuse me, please. I need to zoom to that area so that we can see it very well. Thanks for your patience. Okay, so equal to if then brackets. We are checking to see if the number in I column here or I3 is greater than 500. What should we do? We say I3 minus maybe 20. Okay, this is just for example. I'll work on the if statement. I'll prepare special videos on the if statement, on a special lesson on it on for you guys. Okay, so if it is greater than 500, let's subtract 20. Else, if it is not greater than 500, I3 plus 5. Okay, so you can see that here I am not using the quotation marks. I've not used the quotation marks. That's because when you are referring to a cell name, you don't use quotation marks, and numbers do the same thing. They are not strings. Okay, they are not strings. A string is a group of text, mostly alphabets. Okay, they are not strings. So when I press enter, you see I got 429, and which of the formulas is working over here? Let's go and check. The condition is saying that set number next I3 here say greater than 500. If the number is greater than 500, we should subtract 20 from it. If not, if it is less than 500, we should add 5. So you can see the number is less than 500. 424 is less than 500. So 5 was added to the 424, and you have 429. That's because the first statement or the first condition here was not met in the condition over here. Okay, so that is for if statement. So if I should use the AutoSum formula, you see that all the numbers. Okay, I've made some of the cells there, so it is not working. I've made some of the cells there, so it's not working. Okay, so that is for if statements. Remember I said I'll work on if statements formulas alone. Okay, up till now we've been looking at if statements, AutoSum, and conditional formatting. Concatenate. We are going to have a look at conditional formatting. Okay, so conditional formatting. Conditional, let me just say F, conditional formatting. Okay, the conditional formatting is also a formula or a function or a feature in Excel which is similar to the if statement. And what it will do is that it will let you to be able to do something to a specific cell or a group of cells if a certain condition is met. Okay, conditional formatting is assembly and idea of a way or computer and so on, assembly of a children say no cra. Conditional formatting is formula no and I say adopono aye ejuma. Okay, I've just removed the underline from there because it is still active. Okay, so to do the conditional formatting, what you do is that you need to select the cell or the range of cells that you want to apply the conditional formatting to. So I've clicked on cell I3. I'm holding shift. I'll come and click on the last I40. Then it will select all the cells there. Then I'll go to style. Okay, I'll go to style. I'm up here on the formatting toolbar. Then I'll go to conditional formatting. Then I'll check greater than, less than, between. All these are conditions that you can apply in your work. So I'm checking if a number is greater than 400. So we'll be more than 400. If somebody got score more than 400, what should I do? I want to give it a green filled with dark yellow with dark text. So as you can see, any student who had above 400, is getting yellow background with red text. That is the condition. Okay, that is the condition. Until be able to 400 biano. Me say yemma obi otwa 400 ko biano. Yemma background yellow. Na yemma no entreye kokko. Nti so we yemma our boss and I'm fancy we school na we adwuma ma obi and I work as we adwuma and now we teacher ni kra na. You select like this, then you apply the condition on it, and what will happen is that you just give it the rule and it will apply. Until nipa no be file data, we don't say, oh okay, the yellow ni na we na above 400 okay, so you can go to less than 400 less than 400 for, so you have to give them maybe light red filled with dark text. Okay, that is the condition. But you see, those who got exactly 400, you've not given it any condition. Obi will try 400 per man condition behind no. And the egusu so okay. Thank you all very much for your time. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. There is something that I'll do before this lesson will end. But please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Share the videos for your friends and others to also learn. Share with your teachers, your parents, your friends. And please, as much as possible, try and be good students, okay? You don't have to fight in class. You need to collaborate with your friends and learn together. You need to assist your friends, those who are struggling. Help them a lot. Help them. We need to put aside all our tribal, our political, and tribal issues aside and come together as a country and build a stronger nation, a stronger people, so that you'll be able to achieve greatness as one people. In this way, I believe that we can raise the standard of living or the social welfare of a lot of people in Ghana. Okay, so I said I'll be doing one last thing over here. We have applied the condition, and this is what we have. Okay, when I look at the data very well, I can also highlight specific people with a certain condition inside the cells that I have over here. So for example, I'll come to this area, then I'll come to the B column, or let me use the C column. I'll use the C column, then I'll go to the condition, then I'll use something like test that contains, okay, test that contains something like Togbe, okay, Togbe after the 14th, okay. If there's a text like that, I want to highlight it and give it a special test. Okay, so as you can see, that test has been highlighted. By the way, Togbe after the 14th is the king or the traditional ruler or the chief of Agbogbo of Asogri State in Ghana. I think that's supposed to be in the Volta region of Ghana. Okay, so if I got the name wrong, please forgive. We are all learning. You can write your comments in the comment section and give me the correct name. Togbe Apede the 14th is the king of the tribe Agbogbo of Asogri State in the southern part of Ghana. That is the Volta region. Okay, I can also look at another condition within that same cell. So my selectors are column no. See column now full names in your concatenate in one. Then I'll go to highlight test that contains. So entry be containing ni, okay, ni biano, yamano light red filled, okay. So we have a test here. Ni tachi tieku suru the second is the king or the chief of the people of Ghana, the current king of the people of Ghana, the traditional the traditional area of Ghana, Accra, Ghana. All right. Followed by that is Osei Otumfuo Osei to the second, who is also the Asante Hene, and I say Kojo is the Bekwai Mine Hene. Okay. So all these names that I have over here, I can apply a condition to them, and the test over there will be highlighted. Okay. So I can have something like Bill Gates. Is there a test containing a name like Bill? So you select the cell or the column, then you go to formatting, then you say test that contains, then I'll write there a test that contains something like Bill. Okay, so you see it has been selected, Bill Gates. Then I'll apply the rule. I can also select something like Jack Ma. Okay, then you see that it is selected. So whatever test that you have or you put over there will be selected. So let's say Martin. So Martin Luther King, Kofi Kenyatta, his name has been selected over there. When I say okay, the rule will be applied. One last thing, I can have something like test that contains something like Yao. So I have Yao Ose Educhum, who is the Minister of Education, Dr. Yao Ose Educhum, the Minister of Education. So when I say okay, his name will be highlighted using the condition. Okay, thank you very much. See you in the next lesson, and have a great day.